In 2025, I am most looking forward to the rebound of the real estate market. So with that in mind, we put together this business planning clinic that I hold annually for my team, just pieces of everything that I've learned. If you do these things, you will be set up for the entire year and you won't have to rely on your natural motivation because that's going to run out. And when your motivation runs out, you're going to have the habits and the discipline to come in and make your calls, do whatever you need to do every day. I'm excited to help my team grow as far as their sales go and their business and their families. And at the end of the day, it's not just about real estate sales. It is about the balance that they have, and I love watching them create that balance. So I've been in real estate for 10 years, started at a different brokerage, a smaller brokerage, and then transitioned to Keller Williams when I was 3 or 4 years into real estate. So I've been with Keller Williams for 6 years. I've grown my team from just me and one other person to now there are 17 agents. With the 17 agents we have, we are at, this year we're going to close out just under 40 million in volume, and that's around like 135 units, 135 units. Mindset is the thing that you're constantly improving, and I'm constantly searching for different things to help because it's hard to maintain an optimistic, positive mindset at all times. I'm constantly reading, constantly going to different classes, constantly listening to motivational speakers and different things. John Maxwell's one notable one, but even the old school ones like Dale Carnegie, he's phenomenal. The basics that were true in the 50s are still true now. So with that in mind, we put together this business planning clinic that allows them to take what I've learned through books, like little pieces. Like I take pieces from one book, take another piece from a mentor, take another from a seminar I went to, just pieces of everything that I've learned. And we teach them how to implement them, give them the tools, and then at the end of the day, they just go out and have the relationship and help and service the client. I'm positive that the team will be successful in 2025 because of these tools that we give them. So this business planning clinic has evolved over the years. We've broken it up now, and I think the best way to do it is a 2-day split. And the first day is getting ready for the business planning clinic. We, in the evening, come together for appetizers and cocktails, and we get together to work on our vision for the following year. We don't just print things off the internet and paste them on a board. We're going through together for 5 hours with our magazines, looking through them, cutting them out, talking, communicating our goals, and bonding together as a team. And then that sets our mindset and sets the tone for the next day, which is an all-day, 8 to 9 hour business planning clinic where we're learning and re-engaging ourselves for the next year. In the very beginning, we set the tone with our standards, and I want everyone on the team to have authorship over what those standards are for that specific class or clinic. And then we generally play some sort of game, whether it's a team building activity or if it's a reflection game. This year's activity was a values activity where we dove deep into our individual values and how they align with the team's values. I mean, these types of activities sometimes are viewed as corny or not useful, but even the people who are on the fence and apprehensive at the end were like, wow, I'm so glad I did this. In the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, Gary Keller gives 4 fundamental models, and we chose those models to teach on this year. They are the growth model, the economic model, the budget model, and the organizational model. So in my opinion, if you nail those 4 fundamental models, you'll nail your business.
Way too much. So you want to make sure...
Part of our business planning clinic every year is having our market center administrator come in and go over the numbers with each of our agents. So if you're looking at these trends, you can course correct. You're able to say, all right, I don't usually have business in May, so I really need to make sure I'm doing the activities that I know are important to generate business in February, March. The budget model is obvious, how much you should be spending on every aspect of your business, from lead generation to salaries to office space, etc. We start with looking at our Life by Design worksheet, which shows our expenses on the business side and the personal side. So we see how much we're spending, because that's starting the conversation of how much money we need to make. The growth plan is literally my favorite tool. I use one that has 3 goals every month. So you write down January through December what your goals are on the personal side and what your goals are for that month on the business side. So you're able to look at the whole year and write down what you want to accomplish based on month. At the end of the year, I'm able to look back and say, I accomplished 75% of what I set out to do, and it moved the needle in my life on the personal side and moved the needle in my business. The task audit can be used in a few different ways, just like the growth plan. My favorite way of using it is taking a look at what you're doing on a daily basis and analyzing if any of that can be moved off your plate, if it's not purposeful or passionate, something you're passionate about, and moved on to somebody else's plate, and maybe you take something that they aren't passionate about. And if you do it with your staff and your team members, then you're able to really identify, well, I'm doing this because you're telling me to do this versus I'm passionate about it. And then someone else might be able to say, well, wait a minute, I would love to do that. And then you swap, just to make sure everyone's balanced and happy in their workday, and also you're doing what you're best at, what you're passionate about. And then we didn't do anything in the summer, and then having a balanced life. I mean, that's important to everyone no matter what, but that is, in my opinion, the definition of wealth, is having a balanced, meaningful, purposeful life. And the 7 circles allow you to do that. So the 7 circles takes your 7 key areas of life. You rate yourself based on all 7 areas, how well you're doing, 1 through 10. So you might be doing really well in your job and your business, but what's suffering because of it? So I know, all right, I need to focus on that. It shows you how to work on improving that specific space in your life. One of the downfalls of the real estate agent is they don't treat it like a 9-to-5 job. They come in and they're like, now what? Because there are agents that come in and hang out, and it's fun until you're not getting a paycheck, and you go back to a job you didn't like in the first place, right? Like once you go to this business planning clinic, you know what you're gonna do every single day when you come in, and we make sure that our agents have a well-balanced life and they're still doing the things that they want to do.